Hi there. Welcome to Friday's Hope, a place where we share hope with everyone, everywhere, for every situation. We believe there is hope in every single situation because we believe in Jesus. And I'm Sue Barnhart, one of the ministers at the Worship Center here in Northern Illinois. And I just want to say welcome to everybody. So last week we talked about holidays and how they're difficult. And I spoke with a friend of mine, just talking and stuff, and she was talking about how it was difficult for her to prepare for this holiday. And we just celebrate Easter. I call it Resurrection Sunday, but we just celebrate Resurrection Sunday. And like I said, my friend and I we're talking and preparing for our usual celebration of that day and how it's been hard for her. And that made me think sometimes the preparation is painful. Sometimes the preparation is difficult. Sometimes the preparation isn't the same, or you can't do it anymore, or you don't have enough money, or you don't have the same family members. Her particular pain was that she's no longer married, and her children weren't around this Thanksgiving, so it was just her and another family member. And so we were talking about how the preparation was different. She wasn't cooking all these big dishes, and she wasn't talking to everybody while she was cooking, and the house wasn't full of noise and activity. I don't know about you all, but most of my holidays when I had kids and stuff, and hers, were like that. They were full of people. They were loud and noisy and boisterous, and everybody was having a good time, and we would talk, and I'd cook, and we'd serve, and complain about we ate too much, and the kids would go and play. We'd try and keep the dog out of the mix because she got sick one time because everybody was feeding her table scraps. But so that took preparation for her and I. And as we do the holidays now, as we celebrate the holidays now, that doesn't happen for either one of us. All of our children are growing. The food, I personally can't do a full meal in one day anymore. Let me change it. I can do it, but I'm exhausted when I've done it, or I have to sit down in between the stuffing and the corn casserole, or the whatever. That energy isn't there. She can do it, but she doesn't have her children around either. They're all growing. And so I want to talk today about the pain is in the preparation. And I would say this isn't just the preparation of a meal. It's the preparation of any event where we had people and we had all sorts of things happen. And now, maybe today, we can't fix the meal. Maybe today we don't have the money, like I said. Maybe today the people who used to come all the time don't come anymore. So how do we prepare for a special time now that it's different? The preparation brings along a lot of strong feelings. I remember one time I was stuffing a turkey, and my son wanted to do it. And I said, sure, go for it. And I knew he would struggle with that. And he went, ew, yeah, Mom, this is gross. Because he had to take the innards out first. I said, you wanted to do it. Well, he doesn't do that anymore. He's growing, married, and off working and stuff. I remember one time I personally did not do whole turkeys growing up with my mom and dad. My mom would cut it apart because we used to get these big old turkeys, and we had a itty bitty apartment size stove. So in order for her to cook the whole thing, she had to cut the whole thing. So I never learned how to cook a whole turkey. I just shoved it in the oven the first year I was married and cooked everything inside of it. Oops. No idea there was gizzards and neck and all sorts of things inside a turkey. So, fun things like that. Preparation brings back some memories. Guests coming over many times. We had friends over for the holidays. I always had my mother over because she was elderly and disabled, and I didn't want her to be alone. So we had her over, and she's gone now. So preparation, the smells and the dishes and the utensils and all those things can bring up a lot of memories. And, those are traditions. And sometimes it's hard to let go of those traditions because we love doing them so much. We love being with family and friends. We love having that time. So many times the preparation of an event can bring some strong feelings. And there's a lot of reasons we can't prepare. Like I said, we're sick, or we can't, or we don't have the money, or the family isn't around, or the friends aren't around, or the family members have passed. There's a lot of things that can happen, and that preparation can bring back those feelings. So what do we do? What do we do about those? There are some steps that we can do that will help get through the preparation. I think first we have to be real or honest with ourselves that it hurts to try and prepare and go along with an event. It brings pain. We still have to cook a meal. Maybe it's just a meal just for me. So it might be this itty bitty little turkey or itty bitty little ham and me all by myself. That's happened a few times since I'm not married anymore and my kids are older. Itty bitty little meal. We have to be honest that this brings pain. This hurts. Quite frankly, this sucks. Okay? And so we kind of have to be honest and say, this really hurts. What do I need to do with this? The grieving process. There's a grieving process of what we've lost. Have we lost loved ones or the ability? Have we lost the money or the friends? There is a loss there. And I think we need to grieve that. We need to just feel sad and admit, you know what, I miss so-and-so, or I miss these activities. And it's a real grief process, for some more than others. I know the first couple of years I was divorced, most of my friends were still married, and my kids had their own thing, and of course I didn't have anything with my husband, so it was just me. And I had to really work at feeling that and walking through and saying, you know what, this is going to be okay. It hurts right now, but this is going to be okay. Then I think there has to be a reconciliation, or maybe a reinstatement, a recognition that this is the way it's going to be. We have to accept it sometimes. We have to pray about it and accept it sometimes. We have to be honest with, this isn't the way I wanted it to be, but this is the way it is going to be. So we have to kind of wrap our head around it and wrap our heart around it too, and say, and if we keep moaning and groaning it every year, we have to honor it. We have to be aware of it, but not keep hanging on to it. Don't keep hanging on to it. Then sometimes if we keep hanging on to that, oh, I don't have so-and-so, or I can't do such and such. Yeah, you probably can't. But it's okay. And each year it can get better, especially if we accept it. We can pray about it and ask God to restore the way it was, if that's possible. In my case, it wasn't. But many times ask God to help you do this, to find out how He would have you celebrate um, a certain holiday, whatever it is, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever. Um, and then here I go again saying, lean on your friends. When I went through a very difficult time with an event that meant a lot to me, I know it wasn't going to happen. Even though everyone else was celebrating it, it wasn't going to happen with me. It just wasn't. I was in a place where nothing I did or say was going to make it happen. A wonderful friend sent me a candle and some flowers. That did so much for me because it meant somebody recognized that I was going through. Somebody felt for me. Somebody realized that this was a hard time. That was years ago, and now that particular holiday is okay. It's come full circle. Is it the best? No. Will it ever be? Probably not, but that's okay. I celebrate in the fact that that particular holiday is a great time. I do things for myself special that day. Um, my kids either text or call to wish me a happy the holiday. Um, and sometimes I've joined other women who are kind of the same boat I am, and we've gone and done things, you know. So lean on your friends. They do so much for you. It really helps. Get a group together that struggle with the same thing you do, and not to moan and groan, but to have a good time, to be thankful that you have those friends. Do something special on that event. I just said that. Even if it's a little thing, just for you. Start to pray about how you can reconfigure that event that will be great for you. How can that holiday become a great time for you again? You know, there's a lot of ways we can do that. And we'll talk about some of them. But that's just the point, the tip of the glacier, if you will. And so, you know me, I looked up some things on, I think it was Psychology Today. Whoops, if this isn't yours. Father, help me. I thought I put the reference. So my bad, but it's from a psychological feed page on the internet. So a reputable one. By the way, when you look this stuff up on the internet, please make sure it's a reputable site, please. I've heard so many goofy things in my life. Please make sure it's a reputable site. So, here are some things they said, and some of the same things I said. Push yourself to reach out for support. Schedule time each day to stay connected with family, friends, neighbors, and others. Get out. Move around. Pick up the phone. FaceTime somebody. Call somebody. If you don't get an answer, call again. You know, if nobody's home, go somewhere else. Do something. Reach out to people. Like I said, reach out to your friends. It's an amazing thing. Engage in activities that are meaningful, purposeful, and productive. Volunteer. Restart an old hobby. Take an online or in-person class to learn something new. I had one Thanksgiving that was a difficult Thanksgiving, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to have family together. And we have an amazing group of people here that cook Thanksgiving dinner for whoever wants it. You just used to be, you sat in the dining room and ate, and then COVID happened. So now you can drive through and get this fantastic dinner. Well, one year when we were still using the dining room and eating in the dining room, I signed up to help. It was great. I saw people I knew. I could help people that I was shoving food trays in the line and putting mashed potatoes in them. It was so much fun. And guess what? It got my it got my head out of my issue. It also helped me because there was a lot of people there that were in a lot worse situation than I was. I came out of there pretty grateful. And I came out of there laughing because they have these big buckets of mashed potatoes, huge things. Never seen a pan that big before. And the guy that was fixing them had this long metal whisk, long thing. The other end connected to his drill. And that's how he mixed up the mashed potatoes. He's got a drill running around this pan, just like it's nothing big deal. And I'm looking at him, I just start cracking up laughing. But so reach out, do something that will help your community, your church, do something that will help your church. Hello. Not that I'm part of a church or anything, but do something to help your church, help your community, help your family members, help your neighbors. There's a million things you can do during a holiday every day, but during a holiday seems to be particularly hard. Reach out, move, look at the other, walk, go for a walk. It's beautiful here. I'm going to go for a walk after this. There are things you can do. Talk with people you trust and share your feelings. Suggest an activity to nurture and strengthen existing relationships. Maybe your friend is going through the same thing and neither one of you have talked about it before. Or maybe there's somebody next door, you don't know. So find out ways you guys can get together and talk about it and lean on each other. And if you're talking to somebody else, make sure that person is trustworthy and doesn't go to neighbor Sally Sue over there and tell them all about your problems. Find the people that you can trust with your most intimate things. And then pray together. That's an amazing thing when you can pray with somebody about something. Use communication technologies such as video chat, smart speakers to help keep you engaged or connected. Okay, a lot of people don't know how to do that, but it's pretty easy nowadays. Obviously, because I'm using this speaker, this live Facebook video thingy, it's pretty easy. But, the TV's okay, but let's not sit there all day watching it. Let's use another way to reach out and engage with somebody else, okay? There's a few TV shows I like on the TV, but I'd rather talk to somebody online. A lot of my kids are online, so I've learned. You can learn how to do it. You can learn how to FaceTime. You can learn how to video chat. You can learn that to reach out to other people. So use of technology. My friend in another apartment has an Alexa, and she'll tell Alexa to play her song list. And I'll go past her apartment. She's playing some of the songs I love. So I'll stand outside her door. One day she was playing one I really loved. So I was headed out the apartment door, but I stopped, knocked on her door, and she came to the door, and I started dancing to the song, and she started cracking up laughing. Silly things like that. Just do those things. Consider adopting a pet if you can care for them. Okay, there's a big deal. If you can care for them, okay, make sure you can care for the animal well. I know a lot of people, when I used to take care of the elderly in their home, they weren't able to care for the animal much anymore, so it was up to us caregivers. Even though we weren't supposed to do that, we did anyway. We took care of the Fido and took him for a walk. We took care of Fluffy Butt to clean the litter. I even helped a lady take care of her rabbit. He was cranky. So he didn't like me at all. Anyway, yeah, make sure you can take care of the pet. The pets are amazing. I just finished watching my granddaughter's cat. They went on a vacation. They need somebody to watch the cat. And it was fun. It was nice. I didn't mind having them, and stuff. And then she came and picked him up. What was interesting afterwards, okay? I was still doing the things that I needed to do to keep that cat safe. Like when I came in my front door, I'd peek in first, making sure the cat wasn't right there by the door ready to run out. Or when I went to my bedroom, I made sure my bed was covered so the cat wouldn't jump on my sheets. The cat wasn't even there at that point. But that's how quickly you get wrapped around an animal. So, consider adopting a pet. Go to the shelter. If you don't want a puppy, adopt one that's a little bit older. Yes, I know there's fees and stuff, but you know what? It's a great companion. If you're able to take care of them and you already have one, then use that one to snuggle up to now. Don't get another one and cause yourself more work. Use the pet you have now, whatever it is. I have a niece that had sugar gliders. If you don't know what those are amazing little animals. Soft and furry, and they kind of squirrel-like, but they fly. They glide. Interesting. And that was fun to watch. So, find yourself a pet. It's a main thing, as long as you can take care of it. And they say animals are an amazing source of comfort, may lower stress and your blood pressure. Look at that. How about that? Move. Stay physically active. Join a group. Exercise. If you're older like me, we go down to the senior center a couple times a week, and they have exercise bikes down there. Join a walking group or work out with a friend. Grab one of your friends, say, hey, let's go to the gym. It helps so much. I've told you time and again, movement moves the serotonin, norepinephrines, and gets them leveled in your brain, in your body. It increases your blood circulation, and that increases your oxygen levels. You increase your oxygen level anyway because you're out there breathing heavy doing this exercise. Awesome. Do it. It helps them. And even if it's a few steps inside your living room, maybe you can't go out and do anything. On the ugly weather days that we had, and sometimes still do, I just danced here, or I walked in place, or marched in place, whatever. Do whatever you can do. I think the greatest calisthenic, or the greatest thing that you can do, is move. And if you can't move your feet, move your arms. That pumps your heart. That gets your lungs moving. Some way or the other, move. If you can't move anything but maybe your head, move your head. Move your eyes. Whatever you can move, do it. It absolutely is imperative for you to keep moving. Breathe deep. My mother, I never understood it until I got older. She's not alive anymore, but I'd tell her, maybe you were right. Oops. So she'd get up every morning and she'd breathe deep, 2 or 3 deep breaths before she started the day. And I had another little lady that she would get up every morning and she'd stretch way high to the ceiling and take deep breaths. She was 90-something. She died just before she turned 100. I guess what she was doing was helping. Introduce yourself to your neighbors. You never know who might be next door. I did that once when we were living in another town. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have family. I was sitting home alone. Well, not exactly alone. I had kids, little kids. And I just felt so lonely, like I didn't have any friends and I didn't know anything. I didn't know anybody. We weren't going to a church. Pretty much my husband went to work and I stayed home with the kids, and that was about it. Well, I decided enough was enough, and I went, now this is not a good idea in this day and age. This is just an example. I went over to my neighbor's house, a couple of them. Knocked on the door, introduced myself, told them who I was, told them who the cute little kids were with me. Come to find out they were both born again believers, just like me. We started having Bible studies, an amazing time together. So introduce yourself to your neighbors. You never know. Stay safe doing it, but introduce yourself to your neighbors. Here's one I think is quite intriguing. One of my favorite ones. Find a faith-based organization where you can deepen your spirituality and share it with others. As in Psychology Today, guys, not from me. Find a faith-based organization where you can deepen your spirituality and share it with others. And my suggestion is you find a Bible-believing church. The Bible has the greatest wisdom in it. And if you find a good Bible-believing church, you're going to find people who care about you. You're going to find people who can help you walk through stuff. Most of my people that I talk to via phone, or we have need for prayer about something, they're all believers. Not because that's who I just talked to. I talk to all sorts of people. But we have something in common, and we can share with one another. We can share Jesus with one another, and we can share hope with one another through Jesus and through the Word. So find a good Bible-believing church. If it isn't a good fit, find another one. We went through 2 or 3 of them when we got here in the town I live in, and finally found the one I've been with for 25 years. It's an amazing ministry. So find a Bible faith-based organization. Check out local resources and programs or social service agencies, community and senior centers, and public libraries. You know, there's so many free things you can do. The libraries, you might have a community pool or a community center you can go to do some things. You might have a Y, and many times, depending on your age or your income, the fee to be in the Y, to go to the Y, is waived. So go find some places you do things. Our senior center down here does everything from playing pool, playing cards, teach you how to knit, write books, exercise, play Wheel of Fortune, play Price is Right, have meals every lunch. They have so many things there, games and speakers. The mayor goes down and speaks every once in a while. They have dance classes with one of the local dance studio instructors. They go out to eat. They have a group and they go out to eat. They have a breakfast once a month somewhere. There are so many things to do here. So check out your local centers, your community center, your local senior centers. They're great, valuable places to get information and to be able to reach out and have local resources. Join a cause. You know, there are a lot of people that have different causes. What makes your heart beat faster? I have 2 friends that love to cook and love to bake, and I was talking to them about we're working on some elder care in our church, and how about baking cookies for some of the people that are visited. My one friend just got so excited about that. She thought that was the greatest idea, is to minister to those elderly that are shut in with her baked goods. She may not be able to go, but she can send those baked goods with the person that can go. That just lifted her spirit so much. It was amazing. And so find a cause and jump in on it. Find a place find a place or a thing that will cause you to kind of heal your broken heart. You know, like I said, that one Thanksgiving I went down and helped serve meals. because I wasn't serving anybody. Okay, I can do that. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to kind of help us over that. By the way, Scripture speaks about this as well. There's several verses that I'll share with you. Psalm 27:10. For my father and my mother have forsaken me, but the Lord will take me in. Isn't that interesting? He'll even take care of us if our mom and dad has forsaken us. He'll be our strength. He'll be our healer of our hurts. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. He's not going to leave you like other people do. He's not going to forsake you. Be courageous. He's going to give you the courage and the strength to go through these special holidays. Don't be afraid. Don't be dreading it. He's going to be with you through all of those holidays. Psalm 147:3. He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. Broken-hearted during the holidays? Absolutely. But go to God. He is amazing, and He heals us time and again. Psalm 68:5-6. Let me go back to that other one. Go to God. Tell Him this hurts so much. Tell Him this you're so sad that the way this holiday came about or didn't happen the way we wanted it to happen. And see that He's working it out. That He's going to give you a different way to do it. That He's going to maybe reconcile the people that are gone. And if people have passed, He's going to heal your heart on that hurt. So He heals the brokenhearted and He binds up your wounds. Psalm 68:5-6. Father of the fatherless and protector of widows is God in His holy habitation. God settles the solitary in a home. He leads out the prisoners to prosperity, but the rebellious dwell in a parched land. He settles things in your home. He settles things for you. He's a protector of the widows. How many widows are out there? He's a protector of that, of you. Psalm 62:8. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your hearts to Him, for God is our refuge. You know, we can curl up underneath God and just say, this hurts so bad, or this is just so hard. You know, I miss my so-and-so or whatever. You can say that to Him, and He'll help you through that. He'll help you through every holiday that hurts so bad. And eventually you're going to heal to where it doesn't hurt as much anymore. I can promise you that as you walk with Jesus in this and as you share with Him, I promise you, as you give it to Him, you will heal. I am a living testimony. I know what it is to struggle with being hurt during the holidays. But I can face every holiday now with a joy and fun, a nap. Naps are wonderful. Talking to friends. I do so much of that. And so He heals you. He will be there for you. And then the last one, I think it's this last one. Yep. Psalm 25:16-17. Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. Lonely? Afflicted? Yeah? Relieve the troubles of my heart and free me from my anguish. Doesn't that exactly sound like what some of us go through during the holidays? Lonely? Anguish? Yeah. But He'll free us from that. He'll help us through that. He's going to be gracious to us. when we turn to Him for the help we need. Don't keep doing life or those special times alone. Reach out to God and to others. Put the past in the past and concentrate on right now. What you have right now, not just what you lost. Be grateful and thankful for what you do have, even if it isn't much. Reach out to friends, do something special with them. If you feel as if you want to hurt yourself or others, reach out for help. Reach out to the 988 suicide hotline. Reach out to the police, your pastor, your doctor. Reach out. You don't have to go through this alone. You don't have to do the holidays alone. We have Mother's Day coming up. That's tough for a lot of mothers. We have Father's Day coming up. That's tough for a lot of the kids and a lot of the fathers. It's tough for the kids and the parents. A lot of holidays coming up. Take this. Start utilizing it for each holiday. Reach out to friends. Reach out to people that will help you through it. Do something special with your friends. Reach out for help. You can overcome and heal from your loss. That special holiday or event can be a happy time again. I promise you it can be. It really can. I love y'all. Thank you for listening. This will be on replay at Friday's Hope YouTube as well. You'll have a great weekend. Have a great evening. Love you so much. I'll be praying for y'all. God bless you.